What is up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Franca and I'm glad you're here. I have put myself on a book buying ban, which I've actually been doing pretty good on. I've just been looking at them every time I go, but I haven't bought any myself. There was that one I made my mom buy me, but I deserved it. And I really wanted to read it, and it's not like anything else I have, so it was worth it. But I'm feeling a little sad that I haven't been able to buy books. So instead, we're gonna pretend we're going book shopping, and I'm gonna show you 50 books I would like to own slash read. So let's get into it. Alrighty, if you see me looking down, it's because I've taken photos of all the covers. And a little disclaimer before we start. A girlie just looks at the title and the covers. Like, I don't read a single thing about these books because I want to be surprised. And sometimes I feel like, especially with like TikTok nowadays, they're like so focused on like tropes and stuff that it kind of ruins the story a little bit sometimes because you kind of know what's going to happen. So I don't read the back. I want to be completely and utterly surprised. I'll put the covers up here for you so you can see how cute they are. Book number 1, In the Weeds. This cover is so pretty. I'm obsessed with it, like the flowers, and also it's an orange cover, and I feel like I don't really like the color orange, but this orange I like, and the flowers, gorgeous, love it. Next, we have a series. Some of the series, if I know it's part of a series, I did put together. So this series is the Prison Healer series. The covers, gorgeous. I love them. I don't know what they're about, but I feel like this is a series that's talked about a lot, so I'm intrigued to start it. Next, we have The Perfect Marriage, and perfect is crossed out. Tell me that is not intriguing. And there's blood splatters, so it's definitely like a murder mystery kind of thing. So who knows? Oh, but now that I'm actually looking at the cover, it says, his mistress is dead. His wife is his only hope. Did she offer? Because valid. Next, we have this one. It's Alchemy's to Lovers, I think. I don't know how you pronounce that. My coworker read this book, I think last Christmas, and as soon as I saw it on her Goodreads, I was like, that cover's so cute. Will I probably like it? No. But the cover's cute. Then we have Things We Cannot Say. This is giving like old-timey kind of book to me. I don't know if it's just because like it looks realistic and it's not like a cartoon cover that I feel like I'm pretty used to nowadays, but it is super cute. I'm obsessed with it and I really want to read it. Oh, and it says, the fans of The Nightingale and Lilac Girls will adore this. And The Nightingale, if you don't know, I do have it. I haven't read it yet now as like an adult, but I used to read The Nightingale like every year of middle school and high school because every time I'd be like, oh, I remember loving that book so much. So I was like, let's read it again. So that's like probably like one of my most read books. But yeah, this gives me hope that it'll be good. But also, I don't even know if I'll like Nightingale now that I'm an adult. In my memories in my head, I remember absolutely loving the book. Could I tell you exactly what happens? Like, I know the gist, but I can't tell you like exactly the little things that happen. But I remember every time I reread it after a bit, I would absolutely fall in love with it all over again. So I have hope that I will love it still. But I really need to do a reading video with that book. Then we have this one. It's Wings of Starlight, but it has a Disney thing on it. So I don't know if like it's associated with Disney or if like someone like made it themselves. I don't know. But this cover was so pretty. It's giving Tinkerbell, except a yellow Tinkerbell instead. But I think the cover is gorgeous. So sold. This one is The In Between, which I think is a funny play on words. But also I love that the eye of in is a candle. Like that's so cute. Like what do you mean the in between? And also one of my friends recommended this. I don't know if it's considered a K-drama. I don't know. I already forget what it's called. Oh, it's Hotel de Lune, I think. I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think it's that. I did finish it and I did really like it. Only thing I hated was having to read the subtitles, but it is in Korean, I believe. So kind of had to because I don't know Korean. But honestly, it was really good and I was obsessed with it. So that's why I want to read this book because it like the cover is kind of giving me those vibes. So I'm hoping that's what it's about, but I don't know. Then we have Beg, Borrow, or Steal. This is, I think, probably not new anymore, but I remember this being a newer book. I do have a bunch of books by Sarah Adams. Have I read any of them yet? No. But I feel like a lot of people had this on like their TBRs and things like that and were like talking about it as like a release they were anticipating. So I'm excited to get it. And then this book, If It Makes You Happy. I feel like this book has been like everywhere all fall, and obviously I am reading fall book. Not a lot of them were romances, but this one, the cover is so freaking adorable. I have to read this book. I don't even care that I don't like romances. Also, the little like gazebo in the background, I want a gazebo so bad, and I still don't have one, but I love them. They're so cute. So I love them. So definitely love the cover, and that's the only reason I want to read this. Next, we have First Time Caller. Not gonna lie, I thought this was one of those like phone call services where a guy gets to talk to a girl. I don't know exactly what you would call that, but I'm pretty sure if I say what I think it is, YouTube will flag this as inappropriate content. So you know what I'm thinking though. That's what I thought this was, because I could have sworn there was this book that went around TikTok that was like someone would like explain it, and they're like, a girl is one of those people, and this guy talks to her like every day, blah blah blah. And I think she worked at like a bar or something, and he walks in and she hears his voice, and she is like, oh my god, I know who that is, like that's crazy. And I think he's like a mafia boss or something, because like why would he not be? I think that's a thing. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know what the book's called in the comments, because for the life of me I can't remember, and I feel like if I go down a rabbit hole I'll never figure out what it is. Then we have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. These books are so cute. They look like those fancy old-timey books. Not this version of them, but the other version. But I am excited. I do want to read it. It sounds cute. Then we have Alchemy of Secrets. This book has been recommended to me, and I'm excited to read it. I feel like it's a newer book. Also, it's by Stephanie Garber, and I loved the Caraval series, so I'm 100% interested in reading this. Then we have Every Spiral of Fate. This book is so cute. I love the teal color. I love the flowers. Adorable. Do I know what it's about? Probably dragons, I would assume, but adorable, love it. And then we have The Wedding People. I feel like this is also like a super, super popular book at the moment. I feel like I cannot escape this book on TikTok. I feel like everybody and their mother is recommending this book, so clearly I need to know what the hype is about. Then we have This Is How It Always Is. One of my friends read this book, and I think the cover is so cute. I love like the little like stars. I have no idea what it's about. I just absolutely adore the cover. Then we have The Spell Shop, and this is the cutest little cover ever. This is adorable. This little like cottage in the woods, so cute. Then we have The Night Circus. I feel like I saw one of my like favorite creators on Booktube like explain the like gist of this book, and I was like, stop, that's so cute, I have to read this. But I can't remember if it's this book or a different book, and obviously I can't find their video, so I hope it's this book. And then we have Drawn Together. My coworker recommended this book for me. Also, it's an orangey book, which is weird because I don't really like orange, like I said, but I think it's cute. I think it was like an author and an artist or something like that. I don't know. We'll see when I get it. Then we have The Island. I think I remember hearing someone like say the gist of this book, and it sounded so interesting, but also the cover is so pretty. Like the little water lilies, the like broken down theme park. Obsessed. Cute. Then we have The 7-Year Slip. I think everybody has rated this book 5 stars that I watched. So I do know it's like a time travel romance, which I haven't read yet, I don't think. So I'm super excited to read this book and get it. Then we have You've Reached Sam. I think this is written by a guy, and I haven't read a lot of books by guys unless they're like horror, and I think this is probably like a romance or not romance, I don't know. But I'd be interested to read a romance by a guy, so I'm hoping this is a romance. But also the cover art is literally stunning, gorgeous, absolutely obsessed. Then we have If He Had Been With Me, and then the second book, If Only I Had Told Her. I love the little heart-shaped lollipops on the cover, and I have heard this is a really, really, really sad book, so I'm excited to like have a book to cry to because I love sad songs. I'm sure I will absolutely adore sad books. Then we have my only like memoir on here, I'm Glad My Mom Died. I feel like everybody has read this book, and I've heard like Jeanette talking about it, but I really would love to read it myself. The only problem with memoirs, I feel like, is normally they're always in hardcovers. So I don't even know if this book comes in like a paperback. I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping it does because I refuse to have hardback cover books when all my books are paperbacks. Then we have Tress of the Emerald Sea. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but this cover is so gorgeous. It is beautiful and I am obsessed with it and I want to read it so bad. Then we have The Pull of the Stars. I feel like I've been in a mood for like star related stuff. Anything that has stars in it, sold. Because a lot of them have like star related things where there's like stars in it, but I don't know. Then I would like to read Part of Your World. The Little Mermaid is my favorite Disney movie. She is my favorite Disney princess. So the fact that this book is titled Part of Your World, like the song, I'm obsessed. And I also love that song. Like, I sing that song to myself, like, all the time. So I'd love to see what it is, but it's also like, from looking at the cover, I think it's like a farm boy, city gal kind of thing. But I did just read Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is like kind of that vibe. But you know what else this gives me? My mom loves watching this show, but it's called, I think it's like Farmer Wants a Wife or something. And it's like a dating show but for farmers, and sometimes they have like city girls on there and they make them do like farm chores. It's so funny. But that's what this is giving me. So I feel like my mom would love this book. Then we have To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. This cover, gorgeous. I told you, stars. I'm obsessed with them right now. But yeah, cover's gorgeous. Could I tell you what it's about? No idea. Then we have I Must Betray You. That title is intriguing enough as is, because why do you have to betray them? Like what? He's also running on water to a building. Or maybe it's not water, maybe it's cobblestone. This whole time I thought that was water. I think it is cobblestone. So I have no idea what this book is about. Trust no one, tell no one. Spies are everywhere. Maybe it's like a spy book? Who knows? The next one we have is The Gilded One. I have no idea what this book is about, but the cover is gorgeous and I'm obsessed. So, gotta read it. I don't know if it says Outcast by Blood, Warriors by Choice. I don't know if this is like I assume it has something to do with like a war of some kind. Then we have The Final Girl Support Group. I had no idea what The Final Girl was until I read How to Survive Your Murder. And she was in that book talking about the final girl like 24/7. So I do think it'd be interesting to read a book about like the final girl support group. Then we have The Poison Heart. This cover is so pretty. I don't know if this is like a romance or like a fantasy. I have no idea, but the cover's pretty and I want to read it. Then we have People Watching. Not only is this cover absolutely stunning, my favorite hobby is people watching. So gotta read it. And I also think the cover is quite interesting because it shows like multiple photos of them and it doesn't like take up the whole photo, if that makes sense. So I think it was quite interesting. Also I have read a book by her. I think I read It's Out on a Limb, I think. So I would be interested in reading something else by her. Then we have Promise Me Sunshine. This book sounds so cute. So gotta read it. Then we have all the books from the Zodiac Academy. I feel like everybody loves these books, so I'm excited to see what they're about. There is a lot of them though, so I don't know about that. Then we have The Heartless Hunter. I don't know if this is a moth or it's supposed to be a butterfly. Oh, it is a moth. The Crimson Moth. A moth and a butterfly, I know they're different. I don't care. They're the same thing in my head. So obviously, since they're the same thing in my head, this is a butterfly and I had to get it. And I have to read it. Then we have The Simple Wild. To be honest, I just love the font. I love the font they used in this. Couldn't tell you what it's about. Probably about something to do with the wild. Then we have Picking Daisies on Sundays. This book is so cute. I don't know if this is any good though, because the reviews I saw from people who've read this haven't been very good. Just from like people I watched that have read this. But the cover is so adorable, I don't care. And then we have Spells for Lost Things. Now, the cover's not that intriguing, but I lose things all the time. So I was like, I need a spell for finding lost things. So on the wish list it went. Then we have The X Hex. I think this is about a witch, maybe. Also, you see, there's a gazebo on there. Also, I feel like everybody talks about this book during like the Halloween season. So I'm excited to see what it's about. Then we have The Inheritance Games. I've wanted to read this book series for a really, really long time. It sounds so interesting. So I'm so excited to finally get my hands on it and read it. Then we have Scarlet Princess. This cover is so pretty and gorgeous, and I feel like the red and the green of her really, really stand out, and I'm obsessed. Then we have Merry Little Christmas. This cover is so cute. What do you mean? I want a pink house. So love it. And there's also a dog on it. So cute. This cover is adorable. Then we have That's Not My Name. And when I saw this, I was thinking of, I forget what show it is, but Noah from TikTok's in it. That's Not My Name, quarterback. So I thought it was funny. So I thought I'd put it on there. Then we have Chasing Forever. This cover is so pretty. I'm obsessed with it. So cute. But it's also giving like old-timey movie. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm too old for this. You're telling me this book cover does not immediately attract your attention? What is a grandma doing out murdering people? I don't know. A murderous grandma? Crazy. Haven't read a book like that. Need to read a book like that. Because what do you mean? She's old. How is she going around killing people? So we're gonna find out eventually. Then we have The Wolf King. This cover was pretty, but also it's giving me Wattpad. The amount of like werewolf romances and like mafia romances, I feel like I don't read them now, but when I was reading Wattpads in middle school, it was mafia romances and werewolf romances all the way. So this gave me Wattpad vibes, and I would really like to get back to my roots of reading. So I put this on the wish list. Then we have Falling Like Leaves. This cover is also so pretty. Unfortunately, fall has passed. So there's no time to read this now, but maybe for next year. But also, I feel like a lot of these books are like holiday themed, like fall and winter, because it's coming up. So I keep seeing recommendations for those, and I'm like, oh, I want that. I want that. I want that. So that's where I'm at. Then we have Confession. This one's interesting. I don't know what this is about, but it is giving like spooky, scary, maybe sad. I don't know, but I think it's interesting. Like, you don't see anyone on the cover, and it's just a bunch of desks and then one chair in the middle. So I'm intrigued, and I would like to read it. Then we have The Drowning Woman. This cover is just pretty. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can see her face, but you also like can't see her face at the same time, if that even makes any ounce of sense. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like I can see her features, but I also can't, and it feels like an optical illusion, but I'm excited to read it. And the last book on my list, book number 50, The Lies of Lena, I think. This had butterflies on it. Also, it looks like a love triangle, and I'm all for a love triangle. So on the list it went. But now that I'm looking at it, I feel like all cartoon covers are the same, but I don't think I've ever seen like a fantasy cartoon cover now that I think about it. I feel like fantasy books normally have like flowers or like a sword, that kind of thing, but I don't think I've seen a fantasy cartoon cover yet. So I am intrigued. This does feel fantasy to me because he has like flames in his hands. So I'm excited. So that was my list. Let me know if you guys have read any of those books and if you've enjoyed them, and I can put them higher on my list of priorities. Or let me know if you read any of those books and absolutely hate them, or if you have any recommendations for me. Please let me know. I'd love to hear them, and I'd love to potentially read those books. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like and comment down below. If you didn't, feel free to leave a hate comment. I'd love to hear your opinion, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.